Что ж, поговорим об артиклях. И главный вопрос, можно ли вообще без них? Как мы звучим, если мы вообще не используем артикли? Вот этот вопрос я и собираюсь задать сегодня нашему преподавателю Jerry. So how do Russians sound when they use no articles like apple on table, I see, car?
Well, to an English speaker, to be honest, you'll sound a bit like a caveman. You'll be understood, I know what you're saying, but it just sounds very bad. I suppose a comparison I could draw is it would be as if I spoke Russian language without using any of the grammatical cases properly, and maybe I just leave everything in nominative form.
Like я, видеть, мой друг, выходить, магазин.
Yeah, something like that. So you kind of understand what they're saying, but it just sounds bad. And the thing about articles is they're not too complicated, but they are in almost every sentence you will use. So if you are using them improperly, then you're making a mistake every single time you speak.
Okay, and what is it a noun with an article? Like, what does it mean? What information do you get from an article?
Well, it does give you some useful information. The indefinite article a or an before a word with a vowel sound shows that you don't care which particular noun you're talking about. For example, I see a car means you just see any car. I see the car means you see a particular car. For example, you and your friend may be walking in a parking lot looking for your car, and he says, I see a car. Well, that's not very helpful. There may be many cars in the parking lot, but you're looking for your car. But if he says, I see the car, then that's useful. That means he sees the particular car that you've been looking for. If instead you're both lost in the forest for 2 days, hungry and looking to find a way out, you find a road and you're looking for anybody that can drive you to the nearest town. And your friend says, I see a car. Well, that's very good news because you're just looking for any car to help you get out of there.
Any car will do.
Yes.
Let's discuss the main senses. If I understand correctly, it's important to say if you have one object or many. If it is one, you say a, and if many, you skip. You skip an article.
Yes, that's correct for the indefinite articles a and an. But with the definite article the, it's still used for the plural form. That is when you have multiple objects. So for example, you would say, I see the apple. I see the apples. So we will have, I see an apple. I see apples. I see the apple. I see the apples. Also, you communicate if it's something both speakers know about or not. In this case, it is one or some of this category of objects. For example, here's a simple conversation using the indefinite article a. I need a box. Any box will do. I have boxes. I have many boxes. We haven't discussed them and they aren't special. Now try this with the definite article the. I need the box. It's the specific box that we discussed. I have the box that you've been looking for.
And what about substances and abstract things?
Maybe a better way to look at it is countable versus non-countable things. You don't use the indefinite article a and an with non-countable things such as happiness, water, or rice. You wouldn't say, he enjoyed a happiness. I poured 3 waters into the glass. She ate a rice. You don't say that. It sounds very strange. Rather, you would say, he enjoyed happiness. She poured water into the glass. He ate rice. But you do use the indefinite article the with non-countable things as usual. The happiness of a child is wonderful. I poured the water from the pitcher. She ate the rice that I cooked for her.
Okay, so let's summarize. If we discuss an object that is not known, we use er or an. If we discuss an object that is known, we use the.
That's right.
Almost every sentence contains 2 parts, a part that is already known to both speakers and another part which is introducing something new. And if I understand correctly, every sentence contains two parts. One introduces something that has already been known, and another part introduces something new. And when we introduce something new, we should anticipate it with an article a.
Yes. We generally use the definite article the when we speak about things that are already known to both speakers. This can be unique things known by all people like the Eiffel Tower, the sun, the Pacific Ocean. Or this can be something known because both speakers have spoken of it, or they both connected with that. Or the situation makes it clear what they're speaking about. For example, here is a key. Take the key and use it to unlock the door. I was at a meeting where a senior made a long speech. What did the senior say?
So the article the is used in every case when we speak about something known or something we've already discussed before.
That's usually right, but one more thing. We don't use any articles at all for proper names. For example, we don't say, sit next to the Oksana. Sounds very strange to English ears. Instead, we would just say, sit next to Oksana. And similarly, we don't use the definite article, the, for a country. You don't say, I'm going to the Germany tomorrow. Rather, we would say, I'm going to Germany tomorrow. Unless the word the is part of the country's name. For example, I was born in the United States. Now I live in the Russian Federation. So yes, articles can be a little tricky, but they're used so commonly in almost every sentence that it's important that you use them correctly. Hey, at least English doesn't have grammatical cases.